I hope the wind won't harm the forest. By morning, the fierce winds had gone, but the damage was done. Henry's driver came to see him in the yard. "Trees have fallen on the line," he said. "We must help clear the tracks." Donald set off with the breakdown train, and Henry followed. Trees lay everywhere. The hillside now looked so bare. Henry felt sad. What will happen to all the animals who live here, he thought. When Henry's flat cars were full of logs, he took them to the timber mill where they would be turned into furniture and other things. Henry was glad the wood was being put to good use, but he was still sorry to lose part of his forest. "Look, Henry," called Terence, "we're beginning again. The hillside will look better than ever before. You will see." Now, whenever Henry stops by the forest, he can see the new trees growing strong and tall. Sometimes everywhere is very quiet, and at other times Henry can hear leaves rustling or a bird's wing brushing the air. Often he can hear the distant sound of children laughing, and always he is happy here. It's Harold. Look, he's hovering overhead. Something fluttered down towards Duck. His driver caught it. "It's a flag from the regatta. Harold's giving it to you as a present, Duck." "That was kind of Harold," whispered Duck. "He may have whirly arms instead of wheels, but he seems to understand just what an engine needs." Duck still wonders about the lands beyond the horizon, but I think he knows that sometimes the best travels are those we can only dream about. Don't you?
At last, a spring gave way. "I feel all crooked," cried Scarloey. "We'll need a bus now for our passengers," sighed his driver. "No," pleaded Scarloey. "I'll get them to the station or burst." James was waiting at the platform. Clanging and clanking, Scarloey steamed in. "I'll do it! I'll do it! I've done it!" James collected his passengers and respectfully puffed away. Everyone was pleased with Scarloey, but he was still worried. "Old engines can't pull trains like the young ones can." "They can if they're mended, Old Faithful," smiled his driver. "And that's what's going to happen to you. You deserve it." Then hard times came. The mines in the hills closed. And the railway was closed too. People came to buy the engines. "We'll take Stewart and Falcon." No one wanted Duke. They thought him too old. "Cheer up, Grandpuff," called Stewart. "We'll find you a nice railway, and then you can come and keep us in order." They tried to be brave and cheerful, but no one really thought their dreams would come true. Duke's driver and fireman oiled and greased him one last time. They sheeted him snugly and said goodbye. Then they had to go away and find work. Duke was alone. "Oh, well," he sighed, "I'll go to sleep. It'll help to pass the time." Winter torrents washed soils from the hills. Trees and bushes grew all around. You wouldn't have known a shed was there, let alone a little engine asleep inside. Stewart and Falcon were ready with a big welcome. "He's here," they whispered. "Shh, shh. You woke me up," grumbled Duke. "In my young days, engines were..." "Seen and not heard, Grandpuff, we know." We'll all be back to work tomorrow. We're glad you've come back. We can keep you in order now. Keep me in order? Be off with you, impudent scallywags. But Duke's old eyes twinkled, and for the first time in years he smiled as he dozed in the sun. And that, said Thomas, is the whole story. Did you like it? Yes, indeed, agreed the engines, especially the happy ending. And soon they were all asleep too.